Good to see you here. Good Alex Digital Media, GDM. Now, GDM is a digital media company, but a digital media company with a difference. It's a digital media company that also has an eye to your security and your legality and your compliance. Why is that important? If you don't know, the world as you know it in terms of social and digital marketing is about to change. On the 25th of May 2018, a thing called GDPR comes in. And I'll talk about why that's important again in a second. Digital social media marketing, if you aren't aware and you want to find out more, is about getting value to you, to your company, and getting you customers, whatever a customer means to you, into your sales funnel. The way you do that depends on what areas you're going to engage with. But as an introduction for you, if you aren't aware, there are different vectors, there are different methods or channels that you can talk to your potential audience completely legally over social and digital media. But there are certain rules you've got to obey. Now, we've got a number of different areas that come under the heading of social and digital. These are your website. Now, I'll be brutally honest here. Most people's websites are shockingly bad. They're not only shockingly bad in terms of their design, but they're also frequently shockingly bad in terms of their security. The website itself is the key to your online presence. With a few notable exceptions, if you don't have a website that communicates the message to your client and gets your client to engage with you, you are wasting your time doing your live videos, doing your Facebook, doing all your other angles. Why? Because this is the way that people communicate with you. This is also the way that in the new regime of GDPR, people are able to come to you and opt in who are interested in your product. No longer are you going to be able to use the other methods to just shout into the great wild and find customers whether they want to be found or not. You're going to have to give value to the customer and give value content to the customer. Some people refer to it as content marketing, to get people to opt into the message that you're trying to talk. I'll be straight with you. This material that I'm putting out here now, be it on live or be it on the website, is content, and I'm going to give you some value around what you need to be doing. I'm not selling to you. You might be interested, so hopefully you'll come along and get involved with us. But one of the biggest methods until very recently, and it's still currently the biggest method, is email. Email lists are something that have been going on pretty much since the start of the internet, and they really hit a peak in the last 5 years. It is a great way of communicating, but with the advent of GDPR, you will not be able to just randomly email people and market to them just because you got their email address. They have to explicitly, keyword explicitly, opt in to being marketed to and being sent content by you. If you are not doing that, after 25th of May, you are breaking the GDPR, which is effectively a Europe-wide law. Small point for those of you not in Europe. Why are you interested in that? Because if you end up with a European client, you come under that law, regardless of where you live. So, you need at the very least to be aware of what's going on. And if you want to know more, talk to us and look at our other content and our other material that's out on the web. But moving on away from email, you've got Facebook. A lot of people think Facebook is purely a B2C. type of engagement. And a lot of the value of that is in that space, but there are some really cute things you can do for B2B. You can use this to actually get to business customers depending on what your offering actually is. So don't lose sight of the fact that you can use all the other vectors that we're talking about here now in this short list, as this short update, to get to B2B. Now, the next in line Instagram. Instagram, as you probably know, owned by Facebook, but it is a video and pictorial platform. Most content now is going video. You will be seeing more video content. It's not interesting if it doesn't give value. People won't be watching it. They can click through. They can just get away, go and find some cats that make them laugh. The point is that you need to get attention. The best way to do that is with video content. Likewise, moving on from Insta, you've got YouTube. And the significance of YouTube is that it is the second largest search engine after Google on the entire web. More content is consumed on there than on TV in certain demographics now, and that is going to increase. So by leveraging these in the right way, you can actually provide access to clients, value to clients, and get clients to talk to you and come back into your funnels legitimately, securely, and appropriately. And that's the key point about the message I want to get across to you today. If you are going to be doing this, there are lots of ways you can engage. There's web, there's on the website, people talk about SEO, and there's all sorts of niche ninja tricks that you can do for each of these individuals. What you need to look at is firstly a holistic strategy, holistic, big posh word for something that joins the whole thing together. If your customers don't use Instagram, you don't want to be wasting your time going on Instagram. If your customers think Facebook is for oldsters and people with no hair and dodgy beards, then you don't want to be focusing on Facebook, you want to be using other vectors. But you've got to build your strategy to not only get the engagement, but to get the engagement within the new rules. And the big change is that you can't just take people's information and contact them and throw messaging at them. They have to, as I said earlier, explicitly opt into your marketing. How do we do that? So if you think of this as a hub and spoke, with your website at the center, and you're looking at getting all your other messaging coming into your website before you start communicating, that is the way forward. And to do that, you've got to have a credible, sensible, attractive, engaging web presence, web design. But also, it's got to be secure. And I'll tell you something now for free. Total freebie. Most websites that we audit, and you'll probably see here, and you're probably watching this because you might be interested in getting audits done of your web presence, of the whole thing, which we as one company do this. If you look at this and your website is insecure, you run the risk not only of legal fails, but also of operational fails, because if you get taken out, that could be the end of your business. Don't underestimate the fact that that is going to get targeted. And of the audits that we do in certain sectors, and I'm not going to mention any detail, but in the legal sector where we've done a lot of audits, we have found upwards of 70% of websites are insecure inherently. There are security breaches on email. So being more than just a social and digital media marketing company, one that has come from a security background, we think we can give a bit more value and a bit of a different angle to how you can address these problems. Now, hopefully I've given you some food for thought here on things you can do, things you can start looking at. But as a final one, any of these public-facing social medias, you've got privacy settings. Look only at your staff and you can get benefit. Just think about how your staff engage with social media and what they're saying about your companies on there. Hopefully that'll give you an idea. If you want to know more, look us up on the web, find our other content, or drop us a line at godalexdigitalmedia.com, or click on the audit buttons below if you see them, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Thanks for listening.